Are you kidding? Thank you for coming on. This is going to be awesome. We're so
Oh, it's
excited.
it's an honor. It's always an honor to be in the room of the JJ team and friends. JJ team and friends. So good. So are we ready to get going here this morning? Rock it. It's going to be fun. Good morning, everybody. My name is Grace Simon. And there's, yeah, lots of faces here that I do know and lots of faces that I don't know. And this is what makes it such a great time. I used to have the honor of doing mindset every morning with the JJ team. So lots of faces here that I'm seeing. I miss you guys, and it's so wonderful to see you. And for those of you that I've not met before, I look forward to meeting you in the future. It really is an honor to be here this morning. And so I'm ready to jump right into our lesson today on overcoming rejection. SG reached out and asked if I would do the call this morning, and so I said, SG, so sure, no problem, I'm in. What should we talk about? She's like, good question. Let's ask Chat GBT. So we asked Chat GBT, and one of the top things that salespeople are struggling with right now is facing the fear of rejection. Right? Everybody, everyone faces this issue. And the fear of rejection, it's more than a shadow. It's a presence. And we've all felt it at one point or another, haven't we? Yeah, we feel it. We feel it often. We may even be feeling it now. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. But ignoring rejection, that fear of rejection, it really isn't an option. No matter what you've heard and what people have said, it's really not an option. We want to move past this. We want to overcome a fear of rejection. But to truly move past this fear, we must first start with the place of acknowledging its existence. We can't ignore things. Ignoring things doesn't get rid of it. Just acknowledge that it's here, that it's something that you're feeling. It's an emotion that is real to you right now. And this fear of rejection it's lurking in the background of your boldest dreams and your daily tasks. But recognizing it is truly the first step that we need to take here. Okay. I want to share a personal story with you. This is like a vulnerable moment for me, but it's a true story. And it was only just a few weeks ago that I had this epiphany while I was listening to the Ed Millette show. It's my go-to source of inspiration during my morning routine at the gym. And the guest that he had was Jamie Kerma Lima. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's the woman that sold her makeup, her IT makeup to L'Oreal for $1.2 billion. Like this woman is amazing, and they're best friends. And she was on the podcast discussing her new book, Worthy. And if you do anything for yourself this year, I suggest that you order this book, Worthy. It is absolutely amazing, and it really it delves into overcoming rejection, like what we're talking about, and really embracing self-worth. And that is really what's behind that fear of rejection is our self-worth and how we see ourselves. Their conversation, it wasn't just powerful. It was transformative. I was on the elliptical, and I'm listening to these two talk. And Jamie announced a free event that she was featuring with the world's most motivational, influential people. It was a full day event that she was hosting, and I was so captivated. Like I really felt God on this moment. If you've ever felt God in a moment, that's what I really felt on this. And their discussion was really it motivated me because it's what I teach, it's what I believe in, and I immediately knew that there was just something that I needed to do. So I immediately ordered 10 copies of Worthy, right after my workout. And I was buzzing with excitement. So much. I texted my daughter Alyssa right now, like right away. And I said, Liz, we're hosting a live event in the theater room. It's going to be epic. And the enthusiasm was really, really real. See, I have my house that I've been working on the past few months, working it to being my first step of my mentorship center. For those that know me, that's something that I've been working towards. And so when we moved into this house, it had the right space. It has this epic movie theater room. And it's just, so I've designated half my house to being my vision retreat. So when you come, you'll spend a half day with me, and we're going to dive deep into overcoming and removing, beliefs that are holding you back. It's going to be awesome. But this was like the first step in taking forward that I was going to announce my mentorship center is officially open. And I was so excited. I went all the way, I purchased the extra VIP pass. I ordered the 10 books, and I catered food, all to create a very special experience for the women who dared to say yes to overcoming their fears of rejection. With all this excitement and really knowing what my intentions are and moving forward, something happened. Doubt crept in. Questions like, who will actually come? Do you think some people are going to actually want to do this? Am I even qualified to host this? All these feelings, all these issues started to overwhelm within myself, and that excitement and that anticipation of moving forward and creating this incredible and, intimate event with women was beginning to dwindle. That internal battle, it was a mirror to what many of us face. So my excitement for a vision quickly dampened by the fear of rejection. Even my invitation to my own daughter felt like I was imposing, sparking a fear of rejection from the person closest to me. And then I realized I hadn't even invited anybody. I hadn't even taken the first step to put out an invitation. So despite these doubts, this event was nothing short of miraculous. It was absolutely epic. We had the room full. I ordered just the right amount of books. Everybody was excited and really, they were there right on time and really looking forward to what happened. But this is what happened. When I purchased the extra VIP pass, it got me right into the Zoom room with Jamie and all of her incredible guests. And there was a surprise guest that came on into her show. Jamie wasn't even actually expecting it. But all of a sudden, she's in the middle of a conversation, and who pops in but Oprah Winfrey? Jamie drops the breath because she's just like, oh my gosh, Oprah's here. I didn't expect Oprah to be here. She had these, these moments of surprise guests that she didn't know. I guess maybe they hadn't given the yes yet, or they hadn't said, I don't know. She's good friends with Oprah. And in her book, she tells the story about Oprah. But anyways, Oprah comes in, and it was like Oprah was right in the room with us, just like we are right now, where I'm up close with you. Oprah Winfrey was close to us. Can you absolutely imagine? And it was like Oprah was speaking directly to us. It was like this intimate space experience that was so awesome. That day, my fears were overshadowed by the joy and transformation that we all experienced, who all attended. And Oprah, she shared a lot of profound things. I mean, all the speakers really shared a lot of profound things, but Oprah especially, she shared that throughout her whole career. Oprah Winfrey, I don't know if you realize this, but she has interviewed 35,000 people in her career life.
Leo.
35,000. Can you believe 35,000 individuals that she had interviewed? So she found that through all of these thousands and thousands of interviews, that every single one, through the 35,000 interviews, that everyone has the same issue. This is like a universal pain that everyone has. And it's this quest for worthiness and that fear of rejection. She says, even Barack Obama, President of the United States of America, we're doing our interview, it goes really great. And at the end of the interview, he leans into me. Barack leans into me and says, "Was that okay? Was that all right? Was that good?" He said he was seeking out his worth. Like, am I accepted? Was that okay for you? She's every single one of us struggles with this. And in fact, it was so fun because when she was on there, other guests started to pop in, surprise guests, one being Ellen DeGeneres. And who else was there? I can't remember the other women, but Ellen was there. And so they're having this bantering, 4 or 5 of them all at one time. And we're all up close having this intimate experience. And Ellen says, she's talking about how we need to stay childlike. We need to stay joyful. Remember to laugh and have fun. And she says, she says, Oprah, she says she's a funny woman. She says the funniest things. And they're going on with more conversation as it went. And Oprah herself, who had just finished explaining how out of the thousands and thousands of people that she's interviewed all struggle with this thing, she says, Ellen thinks I'm funny. Ellen said that I was funny. She was feeling validated. It was the funniest thing. Like even Oprah Winfrey herself struggles with this issue. So we all have it. So if you're feeling like, this is something that I'm embarrassed about, or, I don't want to talk about, we all have it. We all have it. And we all need to acknowledge it, that this is something that we have. So I want to take a moment to reflect. How many of you have felt deeply, like seriously rejected at least one time in your life? How many, right? Yeah, we really have. Yet if we were to tally up these instances of like real rejection, if we were to tally up all the time in our lifetime, the times that we were truly rejected, they're really but a handful of experiences compared to the depth and the width and the experiences of our lives. When you say, like, this thing, this shadow, this presence that we carry of pain, of rejection, and rejection is really painful. When we really were to reflect on it, it's really only been like a handful of times that we really had this experience, except we allow it to really come upon us and overtake us. So why does the fear of rejection hold such a power over us, influencing every new interaction or opportunity? So confronting this fear head on, we want to confront it head on, is the only way that we can really move forward. And rejection, the fear of rejection, it's like an infection. Ugh. Infections, like they fester up, right? You can't really ignore an infection, can you? And hope that it goes away. Well, sometimes they do go away, but not very often. It just grows and it gets pussy and it gets really gross if left unattended. But with the right actions, right, with the right ointments, maybe even a prescription from a doctor, it can heal. I'm going to share a fun experiment with you that illustrates an issue of fear of rejection. How many of you know what men fear the most? What is the number one fear that women face, that men face? Does anybody know or take a guess?
rejection of a partner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as men fear rejection of women. They like that is men's biggest fear. Women don't know that. We don't realize, well, I do now because I found that out. I was like, wow, isn't that interesting? But men really do. They fear rejection from a woman. And so they put this task together for a group of men. They had the daunting task of going out onto the streets in a city, and they had to collect 30 names and numbers from women. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? They had to their greatest fear, and they had expressed that this was their greatest fear. So they put them to task, and they went out on the streets, and they began to try to get women's names and numbers. And we all know that that would not be an easy task, and that would be extremely intimidating. And men, they kind of have, well, like we all do, have an ego, right? And then we get competitive. And so they all headed out on this journey. And at first, it really was painful and it was really daunting. But they weren't going to give up because there's other men. It was a group of them, and somebody wanted to win the getting the names and the numbers. And it wasn't in a bad way. So I don't want you to take this experiment wrong. What happened on this experiment? It became a journey of creativity, of self-discovery, and ultimately empowerment. Their initial fear of rejection from women transformed into pride and a sense of achievement because they had to embrace this transition. They had to embrace the fact that they needed to change things about themselves. They needed to change their approach in order to be successful. And so acknowledging our fear is really, really crucial, but taking action to overcome them is transformative. Whether it's refining your pitch or practicing your calls, let's start today in approaching each with enthusiasm, with creativity. We have to remember that confidence is cultivated. It's not inherited. It's not something that just automatically comes. It comes through action and experience. So as we move into the day and onward, let's stay in this place of intentionality to building unwavering confidence. We're going to transform this thing of rejection from a foe to an ally, propelling us toward our greatest achievements. This is something that I want you to remember as well, is that real estate is what you do. It's not who you are. It's what you do. It's not who you are. And so often we attach ourselves to our achievements, to our successes. And that's why we allow this fear of rejection to come, because we attach our identity to it. Sales at the highest level is a transference of emotion. And what is that emotion? Anyone? The transference of emotion that we're always looking for in sales is certainty, creating certainty. So when people say no to you, when they say no, it could be not now, or I don't have enough information to make a decision. But it's not about you. It's not a personal attack on you. It's the person's issue, or the person's lack of understanding or knowledge, and just needing more information in order to change that no into a yes. So as you're building this confidence and moving forward into the tasks that you need to do every day, confidence that you're going to build through this is going to open so many more opportunities for you as you grow your confidence. So don't attach yourself to the outcome. Don't attach yourself to your identity in what it is that you do. Just attach yourself to the place of experience, creativity, and enthusiasm, and knowing that as you grow your confidence, so many more opportunities are going to come like you couldn't even imagine beyond real estate. So creating an exercise is what really helps us to really move forward. And so we're going to practice a little exercise to help us today. Is that all right? And the exercise that we're going to do.
Let's do it.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad you're still there.
Oh, I'm listening. I love this. And I was going to say, yeah, I'll make my comments on worthy after, because I think that's such an incredible story. But yeah, go ahead, Grace.
Mhm. Exactly right. So what we want to do is we want to we reframe our experience. We want to reframe the fear surrounding listing presentations, cold calling, or even visiting past clients. We want to reframe this feeling. So let's take a moment. We're going to transform the fear that's associated with all of this, all right? I want you to get a piece of paper and pen, if you can. For those that are driving, you can't, but think while you're driving. And I want you to write down specifically what fear, what activity brings that fear on. Is it the listing presentation? Is it the cold calling? Is it visiting the past clients? Just what is that fear of rejection that comes up with what task? Go ahead and do that. I just invite you to do that because I want you to really think. I want you to really want to take this in because this is huge. This is really, really huge. And this is something that, I have to I have to use all the time with myself. So, and I'm sure Jennifer as well was when she goes to speak into this. But so you got your scenario that causes that feeling, that emotion in your stomach or your chest or somewhere in your body. You're even feeling it now as you think about it. So I want you to just close your eyes and just take a breath. Just take a breath for a moment, right? I want you to picture the scenario. This is a scenario that brings this activity of fear. I want you to think about it right now. And I want you to see that everything is going perfectly. I want you to I want you to visualize the room, see the client's reactions. I want you to feel that feeling of success. Can you do that? Whatever activity it is, I want you to picture that right now. Experience yourself. I want you to disassociate yourself with the experience by seeing yourself in the room, seeing your clients, the reactions, and everything is going really, really well. And you're feeling good, but there's this feeling of irritation of something could go wrong at any given time. You got it? Now I want you to reframe your initial fear. Instead of viewing the activity as a potential for rejection, because remember you were feeling this fear and you're thinking about this picture, even though everything was going well and you felt some success, but there was that feeling still left in your body. I want you to look at it in a different way. Can you allow yourself to see this situation, this activity, this task as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to learn, or an opportunity to make a meaningful connection? Can you do that? Just change the picture a little bit. Change the picture, the view of your clients, the position of your body, allowing your chest and that feeling to just settle down, to calm itself, and to see yourself asking the questions. And I want you to now associate yourself with that experience. That means that you're now in your body and you're looking towards your clients. You can see yourself in that room, or you're on the phone, whatever that task is that you're wanting to overcome this fear of rejection. And I want you to experience that learning, that enthusiasm of this is a growing experience. I'm going to learn all I can in this experience. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to listen. I'm going to watch what my clients are doing. I'm going to pay attention to who they are and really like take it all in, knowing that at the end of it, I'm going to be able to learn something or say, that was really good. I'm really improving on it. Next time I could do this a little bit better. So that's something, that's a tool that will be really powerful for you if you really will just be intentional and use it. Another tool that I want to give to you is positive affirmations. Positive affirmations help to build your confidence before your activity. You have to put the action to it because affirmations are just affirmations, right? Like dream is like a hope, and it's always going to stay hope until you put action to it. So the same thing, positive affirmations are really good, but we have to put action to it. So an affirmation that you could use is, rejection is part of my growth, and I'm hungry for growth. And allow yourself to feel that. Rejection, it's part of my growth, and I'm hungry for growth. Allow that to feel that in your chest. I'm hungry for growth. I heard Joyce Meyer say this incredible statement. She says, if you're never willing to be in a place of risk, you will never mature spiritually. I'm going to say that again. If you're never willing to be in a place of risk, you will never mature spiritually. So an affirmation that you could use is, I am bold to look at my vulnerability and step forward into confidence. I am bold to look at my vulnerability and I step forward into confidence. Power comes from pressure. Power comes from pressure. So you see, when saying something like that, is you're receiving something really powerful within yourself and you're resisting the pressure. So I can feel that pressure, but power comes from this pressure. You're looking it right in the face, and I'm gaining power by this pressure. And this is really exciting to me. I'm excited. I'm excited. Woo! I'm excited to step into the pressure, knowing it's going to open the doors of opportunities, and I'm expected for it. Lift your state up. Allow yourself to get enthusiastic and a little excited. Can you allow yourself to do that? This is your life. This is your activation. This is your career. This is whatever it is that you're growing and doing, that you're wanting to be, do, and have. Allow yourself to go into the motion. I'm excited. I'm excited to step into the pressure. You might have to say it a few times to get yourself going. You do it. I'm excited to step into the pressure, knowing it's going to open doors of opportunity. And this is really what I want for my life. God, I know that this is what you want for my life. So I'm excited to step into the pressure, knowing that it's going to open new opportunities. Try this one. I'm prepared. I'm articulate. And I'm capable of engaging with my clients with confidence. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, right? Woohoo! I'm prepared because I've practiced, right? I'm articulate and I'm capable. I'm capable of engaging my clients with confidence. Tell yourself you're capable. I'm capable of engaging with my clients. Seeing yourself in that situation, visualizing, taking that time for it. So take these things and put them into actions, practice them daily, and allow yourself to not ignore the fear of rejection, but to overcome it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to my lesson this morning. This was really fun. Thank you.
Thank you,
This
Grace.
This was so great, Grace. And I just wanted to make a comment on Jamie, who wrote Worthy. Just the backstory on her and why you should read that book. It's exactly that, the overcoming fear, which Grace is going through today. But she was adopted. She ended up, long story short, in a relationship with a much older man, goes off to university, is working at Denny's, ends up working at a strip club. Okay. She's a bit of a train wreck, and ultimately ends up building this makeup company, and goes to get investors and has a secondary meeting with them, flies in with her husband. They're sitting at the table. And he says, you know what, Jamie, I'm sorry, we're not going to go forward. And she says, why? Like, may I ask why? And he says, do you want me to be honest? She says, yes. And he says, because I don't think women would buy makeup from a woman that looks like you. And she was a little bit heavier, like from his perspective, this was not someone that was going to be able to sell makeup. She went on to obviously build $1 billion business that was sold for over $1 billion and is now the CEO for L'Oreal. But this is an incredible story of overcoming. And she talks about imposter syndrome, even after the fact, even after having sold that company for 1.2 billion, she was still seeking, like, who am I? What am I? What is my purpose? Why do I not feel fulfilled? So it's really important to just read her book or listen to her on podcast. She's on Ed Milet as well. It's just absolutely awesome. But Grace, thank you so much for coming on this morning and doing this. I hope everyone got something amazing out of it, and you're going to overcome your fear and get out there today and just rock it. Let's go.
Yeah,
Woo!
Go for it. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, team. And thank you, everyone. Have an amazing weekend. We'll see you.